How does England do it every time? It's like a magic show. They're like magicians.
Another wild game. And I actually didn't think England was going to pull it out. But they did. Magicians.
How do they do it? Like I'm like seriously wondering. Now, not to say I wasn't rooting for them, but how do they do it? I was watching this game thinking they're going to win this, and I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. How's it going, everyone? England has done it. They are in the finals of the Euros for the second consecutive time. And between the Sweden game, coming back from 2 goals down, winning in PKs, now coming down from scoring in the very last minute of added time, I'm almost lost for words. They did it. And then sealing the deal on a PK rebound and scoring. It's crazy. They find a way to win every time, practically, when it's important. They are the team where I go, I can never count out. You know, they are the team. There's some teams, can't perform. I just feel like England, you can't count them out.
I had a doubt. I had doubts today. Toward the end, I was like, okay, there's 7 minutes left. I mean, they could score, but I was like, it's not looking good. Yeah. And then there was 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, you only have 5 minutes. And then it was getting really down to it.
And they did it.
But they did it.
I mean, is it guts? Is it grit? I was watching the Attacking Third podcast after the game, and Kelley O'Hara was like, it's grit. They have this grit that no other team has. They don't give up. I think when you have Lucy Bronze on your team,
I was going to say the same.
You can't give up when you have Lucy Bronze on the team. You'll be exiled from the team.
From the world.
Yes.
The planet.
I mean, I just can't believe it. And not only is Chloe Kelly a hero again, Michelle Agyemang scoring that goal after she had already scored the goal against Sweden. And they told the story, or she told the story. She was a ball person I believe they said at the Euros 3 years ago or something, or maybe a while ago, or at Wembley at some point. But she was a ball person 4 years ago. And now she is she's the hero of England. And
now she's the it girl.
Yeah, I just can't believe it. And, it just sucks because that there was a controversy in this, even if you say it was a penalty, people still say it still is controversial, even if you think it is a penalty, because I was watching some reactions and they said it's a soft penalty. Yeah, maybe it's a penalty, but it's a really soft, and to give it right then at that moment is a choice from the referee, but it still is a penalty. But going into this game, England did not have the easiest of roads. They got the group of death. So they had a hard road. They had the group of death, then they had to beat Sweden, and then they had to beat this Italy team that just was all guts, glory, heart out there. People kind of fell in love with the Italy team. Mm-hmm. And when you're facing the team that, the whole idea, anyone but England and everyone loves Italy, it's almost like you've turned into the villains for non-English people. You get what I'm saying?
Sara was rooting for Italy.
Okay. It was a good feeling story, Garelli. It was a good feeling story. How do you say that?
It was hard not to root for them.
Yeah, exactly. Alexi Lalas was back in the studio. I don't know who invited him, but
I thought they took his badge.
Yeah, I know. He goes something. I'm going to paraphrase, but if England finds a way to screw this up, that's going to be the story. Something like that. How can England screw this up? They can't screw this up. But I think also going back to that idea of the X Factor, being in front of your home fans, Italy was that X Factor. A lot of people were actually picking them to go deep, which they did, but a lot of people were rooting for them. Starting lineup did have a bit of a change. Esme Morgan was in for Jess Carter. We know everything that's gone on with Jess Carter. Was it her decision? Was it Sarina's? Was it everything? So that was a change. In the first half, I think the story was Italy's defense. They did a great job. 10 minutes in, LJ had a little flick that was close. 19th minute, Russo had kind of a shot. But the Italy defense really was the story. And England wasn't figuring it out. Then, in this 32nd minute, Italy scores a freaking banger of a goal. It was not a cheap goal. The placement was incredible. The Bonansea. Amazing placement. And I don't think most people were anticipating them being ahead for almost to the remainder of the game. And they weren't letting England score at all. Halftime, still 1-0. Then back from half, England did look a little better in the second half. Lauren Hemp came close. You know, Italy's defense felt really confident. You know, sometimes when, like, oh, it's coming, I know a goal's coming. It didn't feel like that for this game. It felt like every single time England pressed, or it looked like they had a build-up, it looked like Italy had the answers to it. Then, this is what a lot of people said changed the game for Italy. The queen herself, Garelli, got hurt. And heartbreaking. She got hurt. She had to be subbed out. And that really changed the tone for the Italy side completely, because her presence on the field was so massive. And when she came out, it really changed it. One of the storylines of this game was it was pretty physical out there. And no yellow cards were shown until the 74th minute. And Giuliani got a card for time wasting.
Oh, well, that's not true according to the app, because I got a notification that Italy got a red card, but that was not true. So I don't know who's in charge of these notifications, but that threw me off.
Yeah, did anyone get a random notification about this? Because Sarah goes, oh, they got a red card, blah, blah, blah. And I go, oh my God.
I think it was in the 74th minute.
Oh my God.
Jumping ahead, but.
Oh, maybe they said it. They pushed the red card button on the computer instead of the yellow card when Giuliani got the card, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Then things kind of changed. Then right after the yellow card, this is where things kind of changed up. The two difference makers, the two superstars came in, and Kelly got subbed in and Michelle Agyemang got subbed in. 77th minute for Kelly, 85th minute for Michelle Agyemang. They changed the game.
It's like Sarina knew what she was doing, obviously.
No, but people said they waited too long. Why wait that long? What, they could have gone ahead earlier.
True, but true. Yeah. I don't know.
Italy had one more chance, I think in the 86th or 7th minute. It came so close. The Italian player kind of had to tap it in, but Hannah Hampton was right there. I mean, if they would have scored that goal, the game would have been over, probably. You never know with Lionesses. But they did not score. It was so close. Then added time happened. They had 7 minutes, and a lot of people are saying, Italy did kind of have a bit of time wasting going on. They got the card for time wasting. A lot of people said, hey, they time wasted. That's part of the game. But a lot of people thought that time wasting actually bit them in the butt, because in the 90th plus 6 minute, when they had 7 minutes, a gorgeous goal. Michelle Agyemang was there, placed it perfectly, and that was it.
And that was all she wrote.
So that made it tied up. Who would have thought? Did you think Italy was going to put this kind of fight on when we first started watching the game? After what Alexi Lalas said, if England screws this up, there's something wrong. I mean, crap like that,
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be this close of a game. And then when it was, I was like, whoa, this is wild. And of course, Sara couldn't watch toward the end. She was a mess. I'm
the worst person to watch sports with, because I have to leave the room. I have to go do other things. I like to listen, but not watch it. And realistically, that's the wrong question. The question is, did you think England was going to tie it up at the end? I did. I just had an overwhelming feeling, just like the Swedish game, that I was like, they're going to do it. They're going to figure it out somehow. And they did. So I guess that's the bigger question. Did you think they were going to do what they did in that minute? Overtime. 30 minutes. Every single time it goes to overtime, it's always 30 minutes, 2 15-minute halves. Then this is where it got controversial. First of all, extra time, I would say was kind of dominated by England. England just has a stronger bench overall. England has really strong bench. They have Sarina Vigman. They have a lot going for them. I will say, in the 116th minute, the penalty controversy could have been over if Michelle Agyemang would have scored this goal. It came so close to going in the back of that net. I mean, when you saw it, Sarah, you screamed.
I did.
But if say that goal would have gone in, there wouldn't be any of the penalty controversy. But 119th minute, when it obviously is 20, it had like a minute left plus a little extra. there was a PK called on Italy. Beth Mead went down and PK. We're going to read comments, but people are saying, in no way, shape, or form was that a penalty. In no way, shape, or form should that have been called at that moment because of the magnitude of that call. What is the ref doing? Does the ref have it's so funny. Does the ref have an England shirt on when during the French game, the first game, does the ref have a French shirt on? You know what I mean? Then Chloe Kelley steps up. Chloe Kelley's the GOAT of PKs. You know, she always makes them. She has the run up. She is the moment. She's a big game player. If you want someone who doesn't fold under pressure,
yeah, you absolutely take Chloe Kelley.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, she missed. No, unfortunately, the keeper saved this goal, this PK. But on the rebound, she put it in the back of the net, and that was the winning goal. And some people said she did it for dramatics. I'm gonna have it saved.
What if it didn't work out?
I know.
Then that would have been too dramatic.
Too dramatic. And that was it. England for the second Euros in a row is going to the finals. It's going to be England. That's it. They won. Italy absolutely devastated, crushed. I mean, yeah, I felt horrible for them. I think a lot of people were rooting for them. I think a lot of pseudo fans were Italy fans because of the anyone but England. But I think, like I said, a lot of people truly fell in love with them. But I can't believe it ended that way.
You think people saw this coming? Did you guys see this coming? Because I don't think we did.
Yeah. Okay. I just have comments here. I'm just going to read them how I save them. So the order might be a little strange. But let's start with this one.
I'm rooting for England, no question, but ain't no way you giving that foul as a pen in the 117th minute of extra time. And this comment says, never a pen.
Yeah, so the question is, was it a pen? I have a video from the stands. I might be able to play it. I don't know, because I think it was a fan cam. It looks like it. I'll show Sarah.
I don't know what that looks like. That was kind of wild. That was pretty soft.
I think everyone can agree it's soft. And some people are saying it looked like Beth even pulled her down on top of her. Some people are saying that there was that it wasn't a penalty, and if it was very soft. I might get to another comment, but
I thought it was a self-defense move. Like,
yes, a little bit.
I was like, okay, how can I do that?
Well, another question is, why did they not really show the replay on TV? At least the Fox broadcast. We didn't get a replay of it. We got no replay of it. We just trusted the calls, which is fine. But a lot of times they show it over. Okay, what does it look like? There was no replay. I thought that was a little weird.
Oh, if it smells of sus, no. If it's sus, I don't know who's paying the big bucks for this.
Yeah,
the royal family.
No. Hey, maybe. Then someone says, nothing happens until the subs come on. So maybe put them in early or start them. I think bring them on a little bit earlier, at least Agyemang, or maybe even start Agyemang in the final. And then someone says, big moments need big players. Chloe Kelley, once again with the Lionesses magic, and it matters the most. Absolutely. People were dragging Chloe Kelley because you missed your penalty and you do this because she was hyping it up after. Bring back shame. But hey, when you have a mistake, you correct it. I say go for it, you know. Here we go. Let's talk about this. I'm not one to blame the referee, but tonight's penalty was really outrageous. Anyway, well done, girls. You gave it your all. And then some on the Fox recap, someone said the question was, the Fox people who put it up, what was your favorite moment of the match? And then someone said
when the referee decided to end the game with a penalty soft as baby shit.
Pretty funny. Even if you don't agree, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's good.
But I think it's just like sometimes you get the calls and sometimes don't, you know? And that's the thing. And someone says Fox not showing the replay of the supposed penalty kick. But now that I'm rereading this, they might be talking about the actual kick that Chloe Kelley did or what led to the penalty being awarded. So now I'm a little bit confused. But also someone below that says the flop. If I'm from England, it's fair. It is what it is. I might not think it's the hardest. I might think it's pretty soft, but it's fair. If I'm Italy, it's not fair. You know, but that's the way sports work. We see it every single tournament. We see it every single game. And then someone goes, my heart goes out to the Italians. That was a very cruel ending. Yeah, even if it's fair, it's still kind of cruel.
I found it unusual that replays of the penalty against Italy were not shown, perhaps once, but considering it was a controversial call, that the play should have been shown multiple times.
Yeah, I kind of agreed with that. And then someone goes, as an unbiased fan, that was not a penalty. They got lucky. And then the question is, this is one of the people's problems with the call. The ref had been pretty lenient in what she was allowing. She let the game get physical. Lori Lindsay talked about this. She let the game get physical. She let people, she talked to people, but let them play. And then there was a moment, I don't know what minute, Lucy Bronze, I don't even remember what she did, but I remember the announcer saying, yeah, that probably was a yellow. Like, why wasn't that a yellow? Like, okay, what is what it is. Maybe she's just letting them play. I think even Lori Lindsay said, as much as it's a yellow, I like that she's letting them play. Then for the ref to call this such a soft penalty after she's letting them play all this time, that was what people really were, one of the reasons. Because I have a comment here, but it basically says, even if you don't like it, it's still a pen. Even if you don't like the call, she was brought down in the box, it's a pen. And then someone says here, it's not controversial. Italy were given soft fouls the whole game. It was about time England got one. Ian Wright said it perfectly. Why would you be doing that in the box anyway? And that's very fair. That's the thing. Nothing. It just was soft. People are saying, that was a penalty any time of day. Every defender should know. So a lot of people are saying, yeah, it was a penalty. The one thing people said about the VAR, Christina Unkel was on the Attacking Third podcast after the match. She basically said, I believe this is what she said. She says, most refs don't want that call. They don't want to make that call, or they don't make that call. The question she was asked, why didn't VAR intervene? And then I believe this is what she said. I think she says, unless there is a clear video of Beth not touching the Italian defender, if it was a clear and obvious error from the ref, then they're not going to intervene because it wasn't actually a mistake. You get what I'm saying? It's not like they said, oh, you made a mistake. It's still a soft call. And what I believe Christina Unkel said was, hey, it's Sara. I'm just editing the video now. I don't know if I made any sense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play the little segment from the Attacking Third podcast. And it was a great post-game analysis. So definitely check that out. And I'll play you exactly what Christina said because it was very interesting. And get it from her mouth instead of what I tried to put together.
And the question people are going to have and I've seen is like, well, then why didn't VAR get intervened if the preferred decision is not to call it? And it's because the upper body pulling, shoving left and right, unless there's clear video that needs not touching the Italian player whatsoever, VAR can't get involved in this decision. But I can tell you that the majority of referees would not want this decision. Preferred decision would not be it. But because there is that tussle back and forth, VAR doesn't get involved in these. But
technically they do check, so they can't technically get involved. They just said, okay, your call's fine. It's not like they go in there and they said, well, that was soft. And I believe that is what they said. But Christina Unkel basically said, a call like that, yeah, a lot of people wouldn't make that call. And then someone goes, VAR checks every decision like this, and thankfully they also come to the right decision. So that was the decision of not getting involved, if that makes sense. What does everyone think? I mean, English fans pumped, Italian fans and really bummed. They got so close. 1 minute away, Sarah. Italians were going to the finals of the Euros. 1 minute away. Heartbreaking. I'm excited for England. They find a way to win. Their team has, they don't give up. England team doesn't give up. Even if they're playing badly, which they didn't necessarily play badly. And that's the thing. England didn't play great. They find ways to win. They didn't play great, but they do have a deep bench. I don't know. I feel bad for the Italians. Now, the final. It's either going to be Germany or Spain. A rematch of Spain versus England would be fun. However, I think a lot of people are rooting for Germany. However, does Germany have any players left? Because we just found out Linder's out for the game tomorrow. So do they have any players left? What does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. Was it controversial? Was it the right call? I think it was the right call, and I think most people think it was a foul. It just was soft, and the referee chose, and it sucks that she chose to call it then, but there was nothing, it was still a correct call. Questions, comments down below. Game tomorrow, Spain versus Italy. Tomorrow, Italy, Tomorrow,
Italy already played.
Italy versus Germany. Who do you have?
Italy versus. Oh my God, she can't. Sarah, Italy lost today. They already played.
I haven't accepted it. Okay.
Clearly.
Spain versus Germany. Who do you got? I think I think we're rooting for Germany, but I'm happy either. But it's not Italy. Italy's definitely out.
You have to keep all of your Italy oopsies in.
I know. We'll talk to everyone later. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.